This hunt here is what I would call wonderful, windy Wyoming. If you have been in Wyoming, when they say wind, they mean wind. This area here is really broken, rugged country. It's not the steep kind of stuff that you'd think of in the Wyoming range or the Tetons or anything like that. But you talk about rugged. This is as good of elk habitat as you're gonna find. Drive in the first day, it's beautiful. It's 45 degrees, sun shining. Even though the forecast says that by tomorrow morning it's gonna be snowing a little bit, they called maybe 6 to at the most 9 inches over the next 24 hours. Not too worried about that. So, you know, 6 to 9 inches is just good hunting conditions. Go in, set up camp. I'm excited. I'm thinking, you know, this is one of those hunts where I could kill a Super Bowl. I mean a Super Bowl. Every time I see Randy in Wyoming, it's a blizzard. 2 years ago, in an episode you didn't even get to see, I got snowed off the ridge. Season 1, me and my Uncle Larry had tags in northern Wyoming. We came, he shot a bull the first day, and then we got snowed out. Every time I come to Wyoming, I bring a blizzard with me. I can deal with the snow, but this wind is just screaming out of the northeast. That opening morning, I had big plans because I knew that the pressure from both sides of this ridge would probably have elk coming back and forth over that ridge. And I wanted to be in one of those saddles that joins 2 of these basins and just wait. That was my plan. I was just gonna sit and wait. This is beautiful. Oh, you see a big snowflakes going across your lenses. I'm standing there and I'm thinking, you know, this is not good. I can't see anything. I'm gonna head up to that ridge, see what's on the other side. Walk over to a little rock ledge, think, well, maybe the wind's not as bad over here. No, wind's howling over there. Walk down in this bottom. No, wind's howling over there. In the 4 hours we've been out here, it's already accumulated 6 or 7 inches of snow right here. I can't imagine what it's like, that ridge we gotta go up to get back to our camp. Man. What a day, opening day. They're the kind of days that can wear you out for the entire hunt. Get to the truck, get everything taken care of, pull out, start inching my way back to camp. I got all 4 tires locked in, I'm 4-wheel drive. And I come to this pretty steep ledge and I'm like, all right, I better give her the juice here. And so I get going, just get right up to the top. And it's glare ice. And I'm in drive and I'm going down backwards. And I'm going down backwards and now sideways in the back of the truck. Fortunately, hits this pile of brush in front of a tree and comes to a stop. And now I'm thinking, uh-oh, what do I do? Welcome to another On Your Own adventure. And I'm digging and I'm got my shovel, trying to get some dirt out from underneath that ice and maybe that'd give me some traction. And I look up the hill. I see a green pickup truck with the Wyoming Game and Fish emblem on the license plate. I'm like, oh, someone is looking out for me today. Sorry about this.
Happens.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
Take my big long nylon tow strap, his big long rope, and we got just enough distance where he can reach me. He says, all right, when I put my hand out and I go, then you got to give it the sauce. And a huge relief. I was like, oh, at least I'm not going to have to sleep there. Can't have too many good guys like that out in the field representing game and fish departments. And that guy right there, he's an ambassador for Wyoming Game and Fish for sure. Thanks, Aaron. Now I got to go get some chains. But from that, I made up my mind. I'm getting out of here. I'm driving past my camp, I'm gonna grab a few things, and I'm driving the 60 miles into town, and I'm getting chains. I'd run into town and get some chains and thought I could get back out here tonight, but wind's blowing 50, 60 miles an hour. It's a complete whiteout. As quick as I leave this ridge, the drifts are just coming over the hood of the truck. I'm gonna have to spend the night right here. And tomorrow morning, if it clears off, it's gonna be the best elk hunting of the whole week, and I'm gonna be 5 miles from camp, stuck in my truck waiting for it to get light. So right now it's 3:45 in the morning. I've been sitting here for 6, almost 7 hours. And finally the snow stopped, but the wind's still blowing. Get up the next morning, turn on the truck, things are starting to clear off. The wind has died down a little bit, but now I've got some major drifts. I mean, snow drifts that are really deep. I went in there as far as I could. I made it about 3/4 of a mile. Finally, I came down to this low spot, and the wind had drifted the snow so bad, it was almost up to here for a stretch of probably 75 to 100 yards. So I turn around, I start heading to the low country, and there's this hunter management area out here where it's private land that's open to public hunting through the state of Wyoming's access program. And I'm coming in, and here comes 3 trucks, one right behind the other, coming out. How you doing?
Have you seen a psychiatrist lately? What am I doing in here? I'm gonna go headed to town to find one.
I would ask the same thing. My camp's up on that mountain right there. I can't get in there. So I said, hell with the pulling camp.
Your camp, the tent? We broke trail all the way to it.
When?
This morning.
Can you get through going there? You guys went through this way?
Tracks. We go all the way, and you know where Porter's place?
Yeah.
We'll just go straight on up.
You can get there from here?
Yeah, we broke that old open this morning. Hey man, you have to change the front end.
I got chains on all 4, and it was like the biggest relief of the whole season. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I doesn't want to do that every day. I'm just as fast as I can go with those chains. I'm getting up there. Well, welcome to camp. We made it. Holy cow, I can't believe it. And I get there and camp is intact. Yeah, there's this much snow in front of the door and the coolers have snow all over on them and the roof is sagging with snow, but I'm here. I'm here and it's all downhill if I can get everything loaded. So I'm thinking to myself, well, what the heck, it's 3 o'clock. May as well go find some elk up here if there are any left. Shoulder my rifle, put my pack on, and I start heading up the ridge. Gonna hunt the evening. There's not gonna be cows and calves. So tough going in here. Like right there. Those rocks, you step on one of those rocks and you just about break your neck. It's gonna be tough sledding. So it's not that great of a hunt that evening, but I'm there and I'm hunting and I'm at my camp, so I'm extremely relieved. Walking back to the truck, I'm thinking in my mind, you know what? Tomorrow morning, I'm getting up, I'm cooking a quick breakfast, and I am taking down camp. I gotta get this camp somewhere secure so I can quit worrying about, am I gonna lose my entire camp until spring? Right now, the sun just started going down and it's 14 degrees. It's probably gonna get down in single digits or close to 0 tonight. And I am sparing no expense with heat. I've got all this firewood. I'm not hauling it back down the hill, so it's gonna be toasty in here tonight. So the third day of the hunt, it was all pulling camp. It was breaking my tent down, getting everything in my trailer, and trying to get out of the hills. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I took a gamble on this whole weather thing. I didn't think we'd get that much weather. We did, and so I rolled the dice and I lost. It cost me the better part of 2 days of a 5-day hunt. Oh man, that's the worst of it. Now all I gotta worry about is falling into these ruts that are like that deep, but I think with chains on all four, I can circle out in the sagebrush and dodge that. But when I came here and saw that was still frozen, that no one had been through here in the last 24 hours, I was like, oh no. Whew. Maybe this is the start of the good luck. It's been nothing but tough luck from the beginning, so. So the next morning I wake up and I'm thinking, cool, I'm going back up there, same spot. Everything is gonna be exactly how I left it. Hopefully some more elk have been pushed off by this deep snow and cold weather. Get there in the dark, climb up the ridge, right at sunlight. I'm exactly where I wanna be with one problem. The wind is screaming. I mean, the wind is blowing so hard I can hardly stand there. Of all the episodes that we've done in 4 seasons, this one has had the most brutal conditions. Sometimes we've hunted in colder weather, but never a week of continuous cold and wind and snow. But what do? I only have these days to hunt. If the wind's blowing 0 or blowing 50, I gotta find an elk. I sit there all day and I glass. I got my spotting scope, I glass. I move to this side of the ridge, I move to that side of the ridge. I can see 2 miles in every direction, north, south, east, and west. That's 16 square miles. And I'm just looking and looking and looking. And that day, I saw that many elk. That's it. The elk wind. I'm going to get my pack, my rifle, and get off this ridge before I actually get frostbite. I don't know what 10-degree weather is with 40 or better mile-an-hour winds, but that's what it is today. So I went from being so excited the night before. By the next night, it had kicked the wind out of me. Just not tough enough, I guess. Someday, maybe I will be. Right now, I'm not. You know, this Wyoming hunt has been probably the greatest peak and valley of any hunt I've ever done while we've been doing On Your Own Adventures the last 4 years. It was absolute, what I would call almost Arctic blizzard type conditions the first day of the hunt. Then the wind blew and the wind blew and the wind blew. Finally, the last day, I know the wind's gonna blow again, but I have to be there. Sooner or later, if I work hard enough, my break's gonna come. Down in that basin right down there, it's probably pretty calm. And that's where they're gonna bed. Then in the evenings, they're gonna work their way up on these wind-blown slopes, and that's where they're gonna feed. I'm getting a lesson, well, maybe not a lesson, but at least a schooling of what the wind is like in Wyoming. And I wish I could figure out how to shoot an elk in this wind. So I'm sitting up there and the wind is just hammering me. I mean, it's all I can do to stay there. I so badly wanted to pack it in. Looking through the spotter, all of a sudden, whoa, a bull. Finally, there are elk here. Got an elk right there. Let's see what we got. Watched him, tried to see what he was doing, figure out, okay, is he gonna do this? Is he gonna do that? Is he feeding? Is he lining out? If he's heading out, I don't want to try catch up to him. Get to looking around. There's another bull, a nice 6-point, bedded right next to him. Glad I came to work today. I'm gonna have to drop right down here. I think if I could get to that ridge out there, I could shoot across. That's probably 300 yards, maybe. The one is still bedded. I don't think they're going anywhere. I'm gonna take my chance. This is it. Whew. Yes. 2 bulls, finally. I had to get down in this bottom where they can't see me. I drop off the ridge. I just take off running. I'm going over rocks, across hillsides, through the aspens, over the pines, through the sage. And my worry is I'm gonna get there and it's gonna be too late. In that snow, on those icy rocks, in that up and down terrain, I got a mile to cover and I only have, you know, an hour to get there. $607 yards. I can get to that other ridge. That tree is 410. I can get right to those rocks and trees. Should be about 250. If I can make 400 yards, I'm gonna have a dead elk. Get up there. I'm breathing really hard. I mean, I am just snorting because of the run it took me to get there. So when I get there, I keep trying to get steady, but I keep having to take a deeper breath. Finally, I pull down. One on the left is bigger, but I don't have a shot on him. He's bedded. I'm gonna take the one on the right. Get ready. Deep breath. Got him. Oh! Yeah! I broke the curse! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
It's hard to put in words what that bull represents to me. That bull represents to me all the challenges I overcame.
Oh, Mr. Bull, thank you.
The fact that I didn't quit when I probably most sane people would have quit.
He's not the biggest bull on the mountain. And his partner was bedded, was bigger than him. His partner was a really nice 6x6, but the way my luck has been, this guy was standing there broadside. His buddy was right there bedded. Bird in the hand.
I didn't give up. I kept going, I kept going, I kept going. And every time I look at that bull, and his antlers are out on my shop, on the big wall of antlers that I have, I'm gonna look at that and say, you know what, Randy? The lesson of that bull, the lesson of that hunt, besides all the great memories, is how important it is to stick with it, to not give up, to not be back at camp when the dice finally roll your way. And I wasn't.